Welcome to another episode of True Terror Tales. Tonight we bring you two spine-chilling stories that will test your perception of reality. One takes us deep into the woods, where a hunter encounters something far from human, and the other follows a mysterious phone call that leads to a tragic revelation. Are these stories real, or are they products of imagination? Stay until the end to find out the truth. James Carter had been hunting in the dense forests of Montana for over 20 years. He knew every trail, every clearing, and every sound the wilderness had to offer. For him, the woods were a second home, a place of solitude and familiarity. But one autumn evening in 1999, James encountered something that would haunt him for the rest of his life. The day started like any other hunting trip. Armed with his rifle and a pack of supplies, James ventured deep into the forest, looking for elk. The air was crisp, and the leaves crunched under his boots as he moved through the underbrush. As dusk began to settle, James heard a rustling sound in the distance. Assuming it was his prey, he quietly positioned himself near a thicket and waited. The sound grew louder, but it wasn't the steady movement of an elk or deer. It was erratic, almost like something stumbling through the forest. Then it stopped. The silence that followed was deafening, broken only by the sound of James's own breathing. Suddenly, a low growl echoed through the trees. James froze. The sound was unlike anything he'd ever heard, deep, guttural, and menacing. He scanned the area with his rifle scope, his pulse quickening. That's when he saw it. About 50 yards away, standing partially obscured by the shadows, was a figure. It was tall, at least 7 feet, with a hunched posture and glowing yellow eyes. Its body was covered in matted fur, and its elongated arms ended in claw-like hands. James's heart pounded as he watched the creature sniff the air, its head swiveling toward him. Panicked, James fired a shot. The bullet struck a tree near the creature, but it didn't flinch. Instead, it let out a blood-curdling roar and charged toward him. James turned and ran, the sound of heavy footsteps thundering behind him. He didn't stop until he reached his truck, parked miles away. Slamming the door shut, he fumbled with his keys, desperate to get out of there. As he drove away, he glanced in the rearview mirror. For a moment, he thought he saw those glowing yellow eyes staring back at him from the tree line. James never returned to those woods. He later learned that other hunters had reported strange sightings in the area, but none as vivid as his encounter. To this day, James swears he came face to face with something not of this world, a creature that doesn't belong in the realm of the living.